you ever have to say, that's just not going to be safe for people to do?
I think that happens in a lot of industries, and particularly the film industry, because you've got creatives and you've got, like I say, creatives and practicals, you know. I'm not a creative, I'm a practical, you know. And that, you know, it can be quite hard, whereas I think with Tom Cruise, it's a different level. He's actually very, very practical.
Is he?
So when he looks at something, he actually thinks it through and he's processed it. So it was actually very interesting talking to him and going through stuff with him, like for the ramp particularly. He really understands how it works. Okay. And he gets himself involved in every single aspect of it, like, which is very interesting, you know.
The ramp, so this was on the last Mission Impossible. I just watched a clip of this yesterday. So you were behind designing and building this ramp.
Yeah.
Like, are you into architecture? Like, what? How do you?
No, it's rope safety. Yes, I suppose my background in the film industry is something new.
What does Tom have on him there now, Mike?
Base jumping shoes. He got a base jumping shoes on for that. Yeah.
But has he got nothing on him right now until he pulls a cord?
Yeah.
Bloody hell. Yeah. It's not, but I would have thought there's some sort of CGI AI thing going on there, like a rope on him.
And then he did this 6 times
in one day. It was the only day we got that the weather was good.
Wow!
And that morning we'd actually had to melt all the ice on it with salt.
Did you?
On the ramp, it was covered in ice. We had to melt all the ice and then dry it.
I remember being blown away. For all the things that people say about Tom Cruise, you're blown away by how charismatic he is. He knows every crew member's name. But when you've got someone like that at the top of the call sheet, what kind of influence does he have on the crew, and what's he like on a day-to-day basis?
I suppose I'm a big observer of people. I love to watch how people operate and how they do things. And I remember the very first time I worked with him was up in Norway as well, on the previous one, on number 5. And I watched him get off the helicopter one morning, and at that point I hadn't even met him. I didn't know him at all. We had done the work, but I didn't know him. And he came in, and like the girls who were serving the coffee and stuff, they were like 10 metres off to one side of us. And he actually walked over and just said hello, and then came back out. So he's a complete professional. And then I watched him in the UK when we were building the ramp. Where you saw that jump, and he jumps off into the cardboard box and stuff at the bottom. There's like, I don't know, 50 people down there just building boxes all day long. So every time he crashed into it, they were to rebuild the boxes. I mean, we had thousands of boxes. But like, they were down there, I had no idea what was going on top, because their job was down the bottom all the time. Yeah. And he actually sent the bus down one day, brought them all back up to the top, and, you know, showed them the monitor, showed them what we were doing, why he was doing it, and explained it all to them, you know. So that, to me, you know, it takes it to a different level. And I mean, you know, people say all sorts of stuff. I've worked with the man. I've never seen anybody that has a work ethic as hard as he does. I mean, he's unbelievable.